Guys, what's up? Unsportsmanlike conduct. Gabb Bree here to talk with you guys about some NFL free agency. It's been a really fun 2 days.
Yeah, my God.
It's been a fun 2 days.
Do we have a lot to cover? Holy cow.
From offense to defense to on the field to off the field, there's a lot of things going on. But before we do that, let's give a quick shout out to the state of Massachusetts. Welcome. FanDuel Sportsbook is now in Massachusetts.
The lovely, lovely state of Massachusetts. I can attest to how crazy the fan bases are up there.
They do love their sports. If it's one thing,
we love our sports, us Boston sports fans. So I just know that the FanDuel Sportsbook is going to get a good use in the state of Massachusetts. We've already
a lot of good teams
sent out. Oh my God. Especially right now. Like
you got the
putting
Bruins.
money on the Bruins and Celtics, like is just it's good. It's maybe not the Celtics right this very second, but
overall it's been a pretty good season.
Yeah. It has. It would be nice if it like got back to where it was. But no, and Massachusetts, I mean, like I can't say enough good things about the sports fans there, and I just know that they are going to love using FanDuel Sportsbook, and they're especially going to love this next super boost we have for them for Thursday.
Oh yeah,
March Madness is right upon us. It's actually, I mean, if you want to count the first four,
it's here now.
It's on right now.
The games are on.
I'm
teams are playing.
It's just the most perfect time for this to launch in a state with some of the best sports fans in the country. So on Thursday, we have this for you guys. It's a super boost. If you haven't seen over the past couple of days, they've thrown these out, and it's basically like impossible to lose. So this one for Thursday,
they're the best.
It's crazy. It's like basically we're giving you free money. Like how can you say no? So Thursday in the Maryland West Virginia game, if any team scores a point, if 1 point is scored in that entire basketball game, the boost cashes. You're good.
Just one.
You're ready to go.
1 point.
That's it. And you win. That's all. And the odds were like, I looked at our little graphic. The odds before the boost were like minus 10,000 or something like that. And then because of the boost, it's plus 100. So there you go. Plus money.
I think you can put like $50 on it. Some are 25, some are 50, and then you'll get that back. So.
And that's it. So if you're not doing it, I don't know why. I don't know what you're up to.
If you are in Massachusetts, you better do it. And if you don't do it, you can't talk to us.
No, I don't know what to tell you. All right. With that being said, we have a lot of football to talk about.
A lot of football. We could start with the quarterbacks. We can't do the wide receivers because none of them are going off the board.
Well,
but the defense is also heating up.
Jacoby Myers got paid today. That's good for him, I guess.
That's the only one. Yeah, that's the only one. If you want to start there, we can start there. If you want to go for Aaron Rodgers, we might as well go for Aaron Rodgers.
I'll do a quick hit on the Jacoby thing because I have seen Patriots fans freak out. And a lot of them, I would just like to remind you guys, it's only day 2 of the legal tampering period. Like nothing is official.
Yeah, but you know that they've been talking.
But still, like if you are going to get so upset about everything that's not even officially agreed to yet within the first 2 days, like I don't know what you expect. Like, do you think Bill's just going to go out there and get the entire roster completely remade in 2 days?
No, I mean, if you were the Chicago Bears, you would.
They got a shit ton of money to do that.
Bears, he would do so.
They got a shit ton of money.
I do think he could do something, Just when you look at it from afar, just seeing you're getting rid of people, but you're not adding anybody to it, can be a little shocking at first,
Yeah.
You said, you can't make the overall assessment until it's all said and done.
Can't.
There's a lot of things that can happen. But it would be cool to see some signings.
It is. It would be really cool. But, like, at the same time, like, I like to give us as Patriots fans, sometimes I think more credit than we deserve about being, like, knowledgeable and, like, smart fans. Because you watch Bill Belichick for 20 years and you're still going to freak out about this. Like, he knows what he's doing. There's a reason why he is widely regarded as one of the best coaches, general managers, football minds in total by almost everyone in the football world.
Okay, but let me ask you this. Let me ask you this about it. Does it not worry you when you see the Dolphins signing people? You see the Jets about to get a quarterback.
No,
and the
it
Bills
does
are
for
already
sure.
the Bills, you know what I mean? Because they're already established. They don't need much to get better. Maybe just like a running back. I saw some stuff about Jamal Williams.
It does for sure. And I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say that I think the Patriots are at the same level as those teams, because they're not. It's very clear the difference in talent, but I'm also not going to sit here and freak out because the Dolphins just paid their 2 running backs to stay and they traded for Jalen Ramsey, and now the Jets are going to get psychopath Rodgers and his list of crazy demands and stuff. Like, I'm not going to panic over that stuff. If they want to spend all their money and waste all their assets on that, like, that's fine, all well and good. I don't care, because I saw the Patriots spend $250 million 2 years ago, and I know that sometimes you can spend all the money in the world and it doesn't necessarily work. So like I get it from that standpoint, because I obviously still want this team to compete, and this division is only going to get harder the more the additions come. But I also think we need to be a little bit realistic about the expectations that we have for the New England Patriots this year. I think they're going to be better than last year.
Oh, I was going to say, I think the expectations are low.
No, well, I think this is just from knowing what Bill O'Brien can do and knowing the familiarity and stuff. Like, I think they'll be better than last year. I truly do. Regardless, and that was with the hope that they would keep Jacoby Myers. I'm okay that they didn't. Let's get that out there first. But I kind of hoped that they would, just for the knowledge that he had of the system and the rapport that he had with Mac and things like that. But like, this team isn't going to win the division. I think we can all comfortably say that.
I'm a little worried for them.
I mean, if they finish last, they finish last.
Well, yeah, I know how it's like to finish last. I know how it is to have a terrible team. I've seen a terrible team,
but like
times. But like, I just
the
rest. I feel like the rest of them are just so much. I don't know. Just like everything about them is better.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Everything.
I agree. The only thing I would say the Patriots have over everybody else, aside from the coach, obviously, maybe defense. I would put them in the Jets. Them in the Jets at like the top tier in the division defensively. But Jalen Ramsey is a real good addition for the Dolphins, and they've already got Xavier Howard, and like that helps them a ton. The Bills are kind of losing people on defense, so it's going to be interesting. It's going to be, for the first time in my lifetime, where it's truly a competitive division, to where you don't necessarily know who's going to win it. I still think the Bills have the best chance to win it, but I'm going to look at the Jets, and this is so disgusting to say, but I'm going to look at the Jets.
If Rodgers, they're going to win some games. Yeah.
If this Rodgers thing comes to fruition, he finally stops doing whatever the hell he's doing, like toying them around.
Maybe
and
tomorrow.
Whatever.
We might know tomorrow, so that could be cool.
Maybe. I mean, you would think.
Okay, but if early prediction division. How's it going to go for you?
Right now I'm going to do. Oh yeah, shit. Well, it depends on like how many games does Tua play and stuff. Like there's a lot of contingencies, but I'm gonna go Bills.
We might have
Bills, Jets, Dolphins, Pats.
Yeah, that's what I'm going. That's the same that I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I have a thought on the Dolphins. Now they should be decent, but I feel like they're gonna have a few meltdowns.
Well, again, how many games is Tua gonna play?
Team.
And I know it's no fault of his own, but like
that have quite a few meltdowns.
That's my big, like, signing Mike White is a sneaky big move for them, because you know that he is a serviceable backup. You don't know how many games you're going to get out of your starter. And again, no fault of his own. He's just, his brain likes to rattle around his skull a lot and stuff. And like, you can't control that. I don't know how you can control that, but
poor Tua.
But it's going to be interesting to see. I I don't think the Patriots aren't going to do anything. Let's put it that way.
I don't think that either. I mean, they're going to get a receiver at some point in time, whether they draft one, trade, free agency. I don't know. I don't think that they should go after DeAndre Hopkins, though.
I wouldn't mind it because I still think he has the capability of being DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, but does he want to play with Mac?
That's kind of where I'm a little iffy. Does he want to play with a quarterback that can't necessarily get him the ball all the time? Does he want to play for a former coach that he's already has history with? Some of it's not so great. Like, does he want to do that again? But then at the same time, he obviously doesn't want to stay in Arizona. And he's gone out and said, like, he's willing to take less money to be somewhere that he wants to be. And him and Belichick, they had that clip this year where, like, they have a very nice relationship. They said they loved each other, which I was a little taken aback by. Like, they're just dropping the L word out there. That's crazy. But I don't know. I think DeAndre Hopkins might be their best bet out of who is potentially on the trade market. Like, I don't think Jerry Jeudy's a good idea just for injury purposes alone. But they could also not trade for anybody at all and just hope and pray that they find somebody in the draft. Like, if they get that kid from Ohio State, like, yeah, that'd be cool. But I'm really not confident in drafting wide receivers anymore. So I don't know. I'm in a really weird spot. I think
the draft is your best bet because I know you've never been in the losers of the losers, but like it's not fun. I'll tell you that.
No.
Eventually you'll get over it. You'll enjoy watching everybody else. No, but I think that they should draft someone because I don't know if someone, and no hate to Mac, but I don't see that many free agents going out of their way to want to play with Mac Jones as their quarterback when they could go elsewhere. You know?
And I can't say I blame them. I really can't. It's
like, I don't know how this man, Odell Beckham Jr., came to play with Baker Mayfield. Like, and we saw how that went.
It's just a weird spot.
He's available too.
Like, yeah, well, apparently Aaron Rodgers wants him too.
Aaron Rodgers has a list of 30-year-olds, and I don't even have any words.
I'm just in a weird spot. Like, I've never been so like indifferent.
I don't know. When you get to this point, though, I feel like it makes you enjoy other teams and just the game of football a little bit more. You'll watch people and you'll be like, wow, I enjoy watching Patrick Mahomes because he's really good at football. Justin Jefferson, so cool. My team, so bad. So I'll watch something else. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I'm looking at all the moves like the Bears are making stuff, and I'm like, oh my God, this is great. Like, a couple years ago, I never would have done that. I would have been like, oh shit, like the Pats could have used this guy. The Pats could have used that guy. Why did they go get him? And now I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm definitely growing up as a football fan. Once, we reached mediocrity and stuff, I'm becoming an adult. So, but let's talk about the guy that everybody's talking about, Aaron Rodgers. What a guy. Are we gonna
get a decision tomorrow?
Oh, who fucking knows?
Show. Tell a friend. What did he say? Be a friend, tell a friend, show up. But don't worry, we're all going to be there because we all want to know. What a great promo.
He obviously, like, there was no doubt in my mind that this was going to be how he did it. But, like, this guy.
I have cleared my entire schedule. Yeah.
I'm just sick of him.
I have a lash appointment at 1:30, so he better tell us. He better tell us before that because I don't want to be going in there not knowing. I'm going to have AirPods in.
I just my thing with this guy, like, there's been the rumors and stuff that the deal's basically done. He just has to agree with it and whatever. And like, okay, that's all well and good and stuff. But like, for this guy to come out with a list of demands, and he's not even on the team yet. You haven't even told the team that you want to play for them yet. It's insane.
He's crazy. I don't like people saying he's playing it to his own game. Like, he should be able to do whatever he wants. Yeah, he can do whatever he wants, but like at the end of it, it's not helping him. He's lucky he made a list because if he didn't make a list, who knows what wide receivers he would end up with.
I think I just think at this point, like, he is so past the point of giving a fuck what people think about him that, like,
He doesn't. He loves it.
he's
He actually loves what people think about him.
he's
know?
just I just can't imagine having the balls to look a team in the face who is doing everything they can to get me, and I won't give them a decision, but I'm gonna sit here and say, okay, well, if you get this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, then yeah, maybe I'll come. Are you crazy? What if they signed Lazard?
God.
What if they got
Both the
Cobb?
35-year-olds.
What if they got
And then
Lewis?
Odell.
What if hypothetically, what if they got Odell and then Rodgers said, you know what? Never mind.
Break. I don't really want to go here. Let's go somewhere else. That would be the most Aaron Rodgers thing ever.
If he ends up back with the Packers, I'm gonna pee my pants. I'm gonna laugh so hard that I get like a ruptured spleen. It's going to be my Joker origin story in the best way.
It would be awesome. It would be awesome. I got into it with some Packers fans today because I must have been mistaken. I must have said the wrong thing. I must have heard this somewhere else, but did Aaron Rodgers not complain about the weapons around him?
He literally
all year.
Screamed at them all year long.
Yeah. So I said, you need more weapons, but you're literally taking the same ones. I don't get it. What the only weapon that you're adding? Garrett Wilson's a pretty significant weapon, but like,
yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
You couldn't do that in Green Bay. You're telling me you couldn't get one wide receiver in Green Bay?
I have two different sides of the coin on this thing. It either means that he is just so fed up with LaFleur and everything about the Green Bay Packers that he wants to stick it to him by taking everything they have with him on his way out, or he gave the Jets a list of demands to take all of the people that he can't utilize anymore, get them out of Green Bay, and then he's going to say, oh, you know what? Green Bay,
he likes Randall Cobb.
It's my legacy. Like, yeah, he likes Randall Cobb, but like Randall Cobb's old. Like, how much does he really have left in the tank? But if Rodgers does that as like an unloading of the dead weight, and then he just says, you know what, Jets, thanks for, doing everything that you could. But I'm gonna stay here. Yeah, I'm gonna see what they do.
Take my time.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Me either.
But it would just be so funny.
Right. Just get it over with, sir. We'll all be waiting. Don't worry. We'll all be tuned in for the second year in a row. To know everything that we already do.
I just can't I can't tell you enough how much I hope he says he's going to stay in Green Bay.
Now,
just because the Jets fans the last couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, right now on the FanDuel Sportsbook, there's an option to take the Jets win total, and that's at 9.5 without Aaron Rodgers. But that's
fucking crazy.
That's people banking on Aaron Rodgers to get there. Take the over on the wins, which I mean, it sounds pretty realistic if Aaron Rodgers makes it there. Is 10 wins really that hard?
No,
and for a lot of teams it is.
That's honestly where I think I would put them though. 10, 11.
Yeah, I could see 10. I want to talk about this comment really quick. It's very off topic.
Year last year anyway.
Aaron Jones is really good. Guys, I interviewed Aaron Jones at Radio Row at the Super Bowl, and I want to tell you, he is a running back. Seems like he would be like a pretty big man. I'm almost the same height as him, and my thighs are double of his. And I don't know how he does it. I wish I had the photo. I wish I would have pulled it up. My legs are literally bigger.
Aaron Jones is a noted UConn Huskies basketball fan because his cousin's on the team. So we got that going for us headed into March Madness. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but
we'll keep talking. I'll find the photo. I'll share it with the group. But guys, I'm not kidding. Our legs are literally the same exact size. It's so bad. You would think that this man is Aaron Jones, I'm sorry that I'm doing this to you, man, but we literally have the same size legs. And I can't believe it. Isn't that so crazy, though? Maybe if I can find the freaking video on here. Okay, here we go. Are we ready? Are you guys ready for this? Look at my legs compared to his. My are bigger. They are literally they're bigger. My legs are bigger than Aaron Jones. Green Bay Packers put me in the game. I didn't know you squat 500 pounds. Clearly, guys.
Yeah, for
What I
sure.
saw, my legs are about the same size. So his legs probably go a little further back, because the muscle back there, and mine definitely don't have that. But
so the picture I posted as like our promo for the thing. Somebody just replied, "You and your damn thirst traps, sir."
I literally have my boobs out on mine. But my thing is, where am I supposed to put them? That's
like I literally.
You have a cute outfit on, a wholesome one. I don't.
Pants and a top. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, mine is not. No, but what I have to say about it is, I don't know where you want me to put them.
I can't take them off. It's not something where I, take my earrings out before I go to bed. They don't come off. I don't know what you want me to do.
Even if I wear a turtleneck?
That makes it worse.
I know. There's just nowhere I can put them. Ugh. And then someone just replied to mine, "Did you take this while sitting in the bathroom?" I'm literally standing in an elevator. Open your effing eyes. Okay, that's my end of rant. Anyway. Rant.
Anyway, back to football. Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, maybe we'll find out what the hell he's gonna do tomorrow. Hopefully, because I can't. I'm running out of space in my brain for this guy. Like, I've come up with all of the good memes that I can come up with. I don't know if I have the creativity. Like, I made a fake ransom note today. That is about as
it was actually really good.
Far as I can go when it comes to creativity. Like, I got nothing left. So I'm going to need him to figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Other quarterbacks that we can talk about that are less problematic. Let's talk about Jimmy G. I think Vegas is a perfect fit for him just because of his persona.
My sweet boy. Yeah.
I don't know if I would use that.
Well, no. He's not. He's
probably a very nice man, but
he's actually low-key like a little problematic, but
right.
But no, I think Vegas is perfect for him. He's got the looks, he's got the charisma and everything.
He's got it's the QB just gonna face,
be it's gonna be such a good fit. It's gonna be like old-timey Vegas when like all the stars would go there and like everybody was so excited to see Elvis and everybody was so excited to see Sinatra. Like Jimmy G's pretty enough to get Jimmy that hype. And I don't necessarily know if they're going to be happy. This is kind of a lateral move for me, especially now that they shipped out Darren Waller. Like,
okay, is it though? Because I would say, yeah, like talent-wise, but if your talent and your coach do not get along, you're just not really going to see much production. Maybe this would be better.
The thing with Jimmy G is, yes, he does already have that familiarity with Josh McDaniels' system from obviously the time in New England and stuff. But I just don't know. There's something about him. Like, I want him to succeed. I want him to be as good as he can possibly be. But then there are times where like he turns into Andy Dalton for me. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, I know what he can be, and because I've seen it, but I also know what he can't be. And that's really scary. So,
and then there's just a couple things in his way that just aren't going to help him where he is. You're really not going to be better than Patrick Mahomes. You're not going to be better than Justin Herbert, even without his running back. So.
That division, that's a little tough. Especially now that you're out a tight end. I don't care whether Darren Waller wanted to be there or not. Still very good. Still definitely would have helped. Devontae Adams does not seem like he is very happy with the things that are going on. Neither does Josh Jacobs, who, if I were him, I would kind of...
He's not going back.
He's got that franchise tag thing, though, and, like, I'm surprised we haven't heard anything about him. Like,
he's not going back. There's
forcing his way out of there.
There's no way he's going back there.
So, but if that's the case, you're out. You're starting running back, you're starting tight end, your star wide receiver's already unhappy, and then you've got Jacoby Myers, sweet boy, and Hunter Renfrow, who like wouldn't hurt a fly. like that just doesn't seem like, and a defense that can't stop a bloody nose. Like they can't do anything. They can't do a single thing, and they're not even addressing it.
Well,
It's
gonna be so funny though. It's gonna be so funny when Jacoby Myers goes there and the first thing they do in like a wide receiver room is show that throw. It's gonna be hilarious. It's gonna be awesome.
Well, it's pretty rare to.
He had a good tryout.
Free agency. I was just gonna say,
good tryout.
It's so rare to pick up a guy in free agency who's already thrown a touchdown pass on your team. Like it's crazy. Mm-hmm. He's already got one touchdown pass as a Raider. More than Jimmy G. Mm-hmm. So I'm genuinely happy for Jacoby though.
That's a good tweet. He has more touchdown passes already than Jimmy G.
I've seen a lot of people say it. I'm like, God damn it! I wish I woke up a little earlier and thought about that.
Yeah, well, when I saw that this morning, I said, "Oh, you're definitely asleep."
I woke up literally 2 seconds after, and I was like, first of all, why am I awake at 7 o'clock in the morning? And then,
oh my God.
And then I saw like everybody's tweets freaking out. Everybody's big thing in Pat's Twitter land was, oh, only $11 million a year. Bill could have done that. Why are they so cheap? Blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, they absolutely could have done that. And if that's not telling you why it didn't happen, like, I don't know what you want. They both, like, the end of the season for Jacoby last year, he kind of got thrown under the bus for that Vegas thing. And, like, yeah, it was his fault. But, like, Matt Patricia kind of fucked that entire team. And that's probably the reason why he didn't want to come back. I don't necessarily blame him. And like, it just didn't work out. Like it's fine. And then I saw people say, well, that it was the same deal that they gave Ekeler a couple of years ago. That doesn't mean you have to do it again. You don't have to give out the same deal for somebody that you're not confident is going to be, producing. Like Jacoby Myers was our wide receiver one. If you don't realize that that's a problem, I can't help you. He's good for like maybe a 2-3. He's not. Okay, he shouldn't be your top receiver.
I have an idea to propose for you.
Sure.
Should the Patriots tank for Caleb Williams?
I saw this floating around there today.
I mean, I saw the people talking about it, and I don't hate it.
I don't necessarily hate it either. I don't hate the, like with blinders on, I don't hate the idea at all. Take the blinders off and you look at the shitstorm that surrounds it, it would make me want to jump off a bridge. Like it just from the media and the fans and stuff, like it would just be so unbearable. I can't. I can't even imagine.
Sacrifice this season for a good quarterback. Maybe.
But like it sounds crazy because you're talking about the Patriots, right? But like it's in the grand scheme of things, it's really not. You just got out of a 20-year run of being the best of the best year in, year out with the best player that this sport has ever seen. And like, yeah, there's going to be down years
for years.
It's going to be hard to get back to that. You're not supposed to have that type of longevity in sports. Like there's a reason why when we talk about it, we say it's never going to happen again because
this is what I'm hoping for you guys. This is really what I'm hoping for you guys. I think this would be ideal. Sucky, terrible year. You got to
take it.
Really bad. Get a good quarterback next year. Because what's worse? One really bad year and get a decent, really good quarterback next year, or have a less than average, worse than Kirk Cousins, worse than a lot of quarterbacks for more than a few. Yeah.
If this coming season is going to be like this past season, I'm going to rip all my hair out. I don't want that.
Right. It's like either be really bad or be really good. Pick
right.
one.
Like I don't.
Pick one.
It was fun for a little bit, and then it got not fun really fast, where I don't want to have hope like this close, but I still can't touch it.
You got to pick one.
Like I would rather they have lost every single game from Cleveland on and miss the playoffs like that than miss the playoffs by one game that there was however many games this past season that they should have won, and they ended up losing by like less than a touchdown. Like it's
Yeah.
And then the Vegas thing, like I would just
The
rather
Vegas
them
thing
be.
would have just pushed me over the edge. I would have been done right there.
I was already so hungover
But
at
I've
that
seen-
fucking game. You're so lucky I didn't. It's just
Worse things. Ugh, man.
So anyway, enough about the Patriots because they are giving me a migraine already, and we're literally 2 days in. That's it.
Lamar
So,
Jackson. Let's talk about Lamar Jackson.
We can talk about Lamar.
I have a lot of thoughts on Lamar. And
Go
they're
ahead.
like very, I don't know, it's like very spread out. Like it's a bunch. Like I think he should be getting paid a lot of money. And when people keep saying like he should be paid more than Daniel Jones, I mean, yeah, he's better than Daniel
course.
Jones. But that just shouldn't be the metric. He should be paid more than Kyler Murray.
Yeah. Yeah.
Paid more than Kyler. But then I also get what the Ravens are doing. When I see a lot of people attacking them, yeah, Lamar is literally their guy. He does it all for them. But I don't think anyone's going to give him the money that he thinks he's going to get, which he should get a lot of money. But he's not going to get a Deshaun Watson contract.
No.
He's not going to get that. It's just not going to, no one's going to do that.
He's not going to get that. And we all know this, but like it can't be said enough how fucking awful Deshaun's contract is for the league, because now everybody's going to want all that money guaranteed.
Yeah, they're going to go against, well, you just re-signed Jabril Peppers.
We did?
Yeah.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, he's decent. He's a decent guy.
I was pleasantly surprised, actually, with the way he played this past season. Although there was a little. Oh no, that was Mac Wilson. Never mind. I was going to say.
Let's not even talk about Mac Wilson.
I was going to say the Bills game with the two run back kickoff returns for touchdowns. But apologies to Jabril. It was actually Mac Wilson who was the ones who completely whiffed. So, but that's good. I like that. That's good. My thing with Lamar though is what does he think are his options here?
Well, he'll see tomorrow.
It's like it seems like he's all but out on a return to Baltimore. Like he hasn't. I feel like he hasn't come out and said it, but like he doesn't.
Yeah, I
have
think
to
so.
At
I
this
just
point.
don't think he wants to be there. He feels disrespected, but I feel like he's gonna feel like that about most teams at this point.
But then, who are the options?
I don't know any.
Hypothetically speaking, let's just say the Jets got taken care of tomorrow.
Then I don't.
Atlanta's
Falcons?
already said no.
Okay, well then there goes that one.
The Miami's already said no, which I think is really interesting because, again, Tua, like you don't like it's more unknown.
Yeah, but if you think about how their offense is set up,
it's the same thing.
I think him and Tyreek Hill are gonna get along. Probably not.
But then, I mean, but then what? I mean, Indianapolis is open now.
I like this comment, the Lions, but I feel like the Lions feel like they can do enough with what they have right now. Like, why give up some stuff when you're already doing what you're doing?
I'm not sold on Jared Goff franchise quarterback, but for right now, I think this past season was a good tryout for that position. I'd like to see year 2. They've already made a couple decent signings, which
the people want to go to Detroit, which is awesome to see, and it's crazy.
That's right, exactly. You look at a couple years ago, Detroit was like, yeah, I'll go there to make my money and then bounce like the next year. But now it's like, okay, I'm going to go to Detroit because there's a chance that we are a pretty good football team. And that's crazy, but it's pretty fun. It's the reality of the situation.
They have a fun coach. People like the coach. That has a lot to do with it too.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. And especially, I mean, like these guys all talk. These guys are all friends. Some are related. Like they all talk. If you have a couple guys saying like, hey man, we may not win a ton of games, but Dan Campbell is the shit to play for. Guys are going to want to go somewhere where they play for somebody that they like.
That like believes in them too.
Right.
That's another big thing.
Exactly. So I don't know about, the Jared Goff thing. Like, yeah, maybe move on. Maybe don't. That's fine.
I mean, I like Lamar in Detroit.
I don't know.
That'd
Lamar's
be fun.
a good fit for them though.
But that's what I'm saying. I just don't know where he would go. I don't have anywhere for him to go besides being in Baltimore because everything they're doing is set up for him. So I
Could
just
go to
don't.
Green Bay. Maybe
Yeah, you think he's gonna like that?
No, I know.
No, I don't think he's gonna
I
like
can't
that. What
imagine
the
he wants
f
to go
is he gonna
somewhere
do in
cold.
Green Bay? And not saying anywhere else is better, but when you think about like football, like I know people talk shit about Cleveland. This is not me talking shit about Green Bay. But when I like genuinely say, what is there to do? What is there to do? What is there to do?
We looked into going to the Packers game last year where Bailey Zappi ended up playing the entire game. And that's part of the reason why we didn't go, aside from the fact that it was just astronomically expensive. But like, we would have been staying in like somebody's grandma's house for an Airbnb or something. Like, there is nothing, nothing to do, nowhere to stay, nothing to do. You're like an hour and a half from the airport. Like,
it's just like what Lamar Jackson went to do in Green Bay, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. You could eat some cheese curds and stuff if you like those.
Of course, yeah, because he would really want to do that one.
I don't know. But like, I think they're all set with Jordan Love. They're gonna have a couple figure it out years with him anyway. I don't know. There's always the option that he comes to New England, though.
I mean,
I guess
maybe that'd be cool. I just don't see it happening.
I don't either.
Oh my god! Do you think Jimmy Haslam just sits in his mansion and just giggles and scrolls on his phone every Lamar update that comes up to his phone? Probably. He probably does. I guarantee he does.
He like, I could just imagine he's like the mayor from The Simpsons, where he's just got like that evil laugh and he's going like
he's
this.
Scrolling on his phone. He's like, I did this. I caused this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
A lot of people say that it looks like a good deal now. Guys, no, it doesn't. It doesn't look like a good deal because you haven't gotten anything out of it.
What looks like a good deal?
The Deshaun deal.
Oh, no. It's not, regardless of what you get out of it, it's not a good deal.
If he wins you a Super Bowl, then maybe it's a good deal and you did something. But like, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Jimmy Haslam spending his money. Like, if that's your end goal and you're going to give guaranteed money, then I guess that's what you would consider a good deal. Like, that's what you could consider a good deal. But, like, giving him all that money to not get any wins out of it, Jimmy, you'll look like a clown forever. So.
It's just so crazy to me. The guy said, I want all of the money. And he said,
and they said, yeah, here's my checkbook. I'll deliver it tomorrow. Let me get on my plane. And I'll be there.
Deshaun was probably like, oh, I didn't think that was going to work. Okay.
Oh my God, Jimmy Haslam. And that's why I'm rooting for the Bucs' downfall. Because that man Jimmy Haslam.
Yep. Me too. Because the Celtics are falling and I need the Bucs to do it too. But we can talk about that later. Speaking of the other Bucs, and speaking of former Browns, rumor has it the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are interested in one Baker Mayfield.
They've been interested in him for a while, I feel like.
That would be
awful.
Something.
Bad.
It would be something.
I don't think it would go very well.
You go from Tom Brady to Baker Mayfield. And granted, Tom didn't have the best year last year.
Okay, but he has a Super Bowl.
But he's still Tom Brady. So.
Right, like one Super Bowl should equal enough for anything, ever. If you win a Super Bowl somewhere, that's it. I don't care how the rest of the years are. Just like Matt Stafford, he won a Super Bowl. Who cares? He did it.
Well, that makes me think though, if this Baker Tampa thing happens, Mike Evans isn't gonna want to stay. So is Mike Evans on the move?
No.
Can Bill hop on the phone and be like, "Hey, Mike,
does he want to play with Mac compared to Baker? Like, which one do you want to pick here?"
I would give Mac a little bit of an advantage, just a little, over Baker, just a slim margin. I wouldn't, if I had my choice, I wouldn't want to play for either. But if it comes to a trade scenario, I don't know if Mike Evans really has much of a say. But even like Chris Godwin. Like I can't imagine Godwin's going to want to stay there either. If they're going full rebuild, I would force myself out of there quicker than quick.
Yeah, I would not want to be there either.
I don't want to do that.
Especially with that man being the quarterback.
I don't want to be 2 seasons removed from beating Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, and then this is my life now. No, absolutely not.
Who is going to want to watch an NFC South game? Not me.
Not me. Not me. The Panthers just signed Andy Dalton, so that kind of, if you needed a little bit of a gauge on where things are at, it's looking like it's going to be Derek Carr, Andy Dalton.
Well, he will be a mentor to somebody.
Well, hopefully.
I would assume so.
Hopefully they use that number 1 overall pick wisely. But even still, I don't know if I were Bryce Young. And this is who I think is going to get picked first overall. I've seen a lot of people talk about that kid Richardson from Florida, and I watched him play, and I don't think he's first overall material, but that's just my personal opinion. So let's just say it's Bryce Young. If I was Bryce Young, I'd be a little scared that that's who my mentor is going to be. Andy Dalton. But
I mean, could be worse.
It could be. It could be worse. That's very true. It's very true. But yeah, the NFC South is going to be it's gonna be rough. So if you have them on your schedule, I am a little bit jealous of you. Because looking at the Pats schedule, it's not gonna be easy. But there is a team on the Pats schedule who might have a little bit of a shakeup, and that is the Los Angeles Chargers. And their running back wants out, it seems, which kind of threw me for a loop. I knew that the contract...
he's not getting that much money.
Well, no, but I knew he wanted that. I knew the conversations were happening, and I knew that they kind of were saying, you know what, that's kind of a lot.
Right, see, here's the thing. I'm sorry if you're running back, you're not going to get that much money.
Well, sucks. It's just the nature of the position. Like, it sucks. It really does. But like,
one of the most valuable when you're really, really good, but you're replaceable because everybody else can
1,000% replaceable. The same thing within 4 or 5 years tops. But like, Ekeler had a really, really great year last year, and
he did. He cares about your fantasy team.
He burnt my fantasy team, so screw him. But it's going to be interesting because the Chargers, I mean, they're one of those teams where they're either really good or they're really bad. And I don't think losing their best player on offense is...
I think he's replaceable.
I think so too, but I don't
think it'll actually help out
something...
I think it'll help Justin Herbert.
You think so?
Yeah, he'll extend the pass game a little more. He's not going to throw 5 yards every single time now.
Kellen Moore is going to help him with that big time, I hope. Because I feel he's being wasted so bad. So bad.
And that also save some money that they're going to give him.
Well, I was going to say, if Herbie has a not so great year, maybe that'll, tick down how much money because he's going to get paid. Him and Burrow.
I think he's going to, here's what I think. I think Jalen Hurts is going to get paid first. It's going to be a lot of money. And then I think Joe Burrow, I'm tired of the team-friendly deal. I'm tired of hearing that. I don't think he's going to do that. No, and then I think he's going to get paid more. And then here comes Justin Herbert. He's making like $60 million a year. I think that's what one of the three is going to make around $60 million.
It's just like these quarterback contracts are just going to be insane. And I'm low-key kind of glad that the Pats don't have to worry about that. Like, they're not going to, I don't think they're going to give Mac Jones a second contract.
The Chiefs are just laughing at everybody right now.
Oh my God. Like, full disclosure, hand up, when that contract first happened, I said, what the fuck are they doing?
Yeah, it's crazy,
That's
right?
So much money. They're not going to be able to do anything. They're not going to be able to pay anybody. This is nuts.
Now they're just sitting and laughing at everybody.
It's a steal.
One of the best contracts ever in sports, to be honest.
It's truly like grossly underpaid, all things considered.
At this point, yeah, for sure.
Like, it's
seriously,
crazy.
one of those guys, they're going to get around $60 million. That's just where it's trending, and that's just how much each person is getting paid. It's going to be...
It's nuts. Inflation, man. She's a bitch, huh?
Right. Eggs first, quarterbacks next.
Oh my God. It's like we can't get rid of it. Back in my day,
they're going to make a lot of money.
eggs were 25 cents. Now quarterbacks were a dime a dozen, and now hundreds of millions of dollars.
$60 million, $60 million a year. It's just gonna be funny though when I don't know, Joe Burrow. There's gonna be something happening with Joe Burrow, I think.
Well, what's
The
going on
Bengals
with...
players are a mess right now.
I was just about to say, what's going on with them?
Did you see what the NFLPA put out the night before free agency
No.
began? Okay, so there's a report that the Bengals owner is petitioning for all Ohio athletes to be removed from, I have to look up the exact word. Basically, he wants to provide them with their own like health insurance, like different healthcare plans, but he wants to take away some of the things that are guaranteed with their current. And all the Bengals fans are like, oh my God, he just wants to change it for the players. No, he's taking things away from them. And a lot has to do with if someone gets hurt, how they get paid. Because this man is cheap. And he's petitioning it for all of Ohio, not just the Bengals. It would affect like the Reds, the Cavs, like everybody.
Oh.
And the like email went out and said Bengals owner, it's like it literally said something like Bengals owner is attacking your healthcare rights or healthcare, something like attacking was the word used.
Yeah. Ew.
And have you seen all the players that have been leaving?
Saw Jesse Bates got paid.
He got paid.
P. Ryan signed who with the Broncos today?
Broncos. Mm-hmm.
Who else? Von Bell.
Von Bell's out. There was one more, I think.
Yeah, there was like a linebacker or something, right? I can't think of his name, but I know who you're talking about.
Joe Mixon's gonna be gone.
Well,
for a lot of other reasons, but
yeah. There's the team friendly deal. It's not going to happen with Burrow. Like he can pitch you that for as long as he wants. It would be dumb. It would be dumb on his part. Like just
because someone else would pay him easily.
Yeah. Oh my God. There are so many teams. I would call up Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick right now and say, if you don't do this, I'm going to take drastic measures, and this needs to happen.
And how many times can you keep going in the playoffs and losing when your team talks shit and you can't back it up? Like, eventually it's going to get old to him, you know?
Right. But also, like, Zach Taylor's, I would start to be getting frustrated with him if I were Burrow. And I know he's not perfect, of course.
But I mean,
he's still very good.
One of the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yeah. That coach,
he should get money.
Start to rub me the wrong way. Let's just put it that way. All right. What else? Let me go back and look at this list because I feel like we put so much in there that I can't even remember what the hell we need to talk about. We got Jimmy G.
I mean, if we want to say stuff about the Bears, the Bears are going all in.
Yeah.
Bears are spending money. They have money to spend, so they're going to spend it. Of course they're going to do it.
As they should.
DJ Moore, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, man, such a good deal for them. Such a good deal for the Bears. Like, you give up that first overall pick, whatever. What were they going to do with it? I mean, they could have taken the kid from Georgia, but like he's kind of
he's falling in the draft because
right now. So they didn't need a quarterback, obviously. So what are we going to do? You can't take a receiver first overall in this class. Can't do it. They're good, not that good. And the fact that they were able to get DJ Moore in that is huge. You got DJ Moore. Who else is there? Mooney's there still. What's his face from the Steelers? Why am I blanking on his name? What's his name?
Oh, Chase Claypool.
Chase Claypool.
I saw a video of him say he had a crazy mustache.
Oh God.
Oh, it was bad.
But then you got Cole Kmet. Like they've got some pretty decent things going on offensively.
And I'm really rooting for Justin Fields. Like I want to see him succeed.
Yeah. And then they just signed Trey Edmonds. Like, thank you for taking him out of the
They paid him a lot of money. I don't know
about
that.
You got rid of him a lot of money.
I mean, like, I think Roquan is better than the two people that they got. But I mean, that's not my choice. It's theirs.
Like you said, like if he didn't want to be there, like he didn't want to be there, and you weren't going to get the best out of him. Tremaine Edmonds is a very good football player. I can tell you from experience, he's a scary guy to play against, and he's young. I think
we all like 24.
Yeah, like crazy. Yeah, he got a ton of money, but it's gonna pay dividends. I think it's gonna be
I think it's
well worth. So I'm very excited to see what the Bears do, especially now that Aaron Rodgers might be out of the division and things could be wide open. We'll see. I'm very excited, and I hope that this all benefits Justin Fields in the way that we hope it's going to, and I think in the way that the Bears are expecting it to, because it finally seems like they've got a quarterback, which is they have never had. It's not something the Bears are known for, having good quarterbacks. But these moves should be very
helpful.
Good for them. And like you said, they've got all the money in the world right now. Go ahead and spend it. Like, don't listen to the people that say, oh, well, you watch all these teams go on these crazy spending sprees in free agency, and like, what do they do? Like, okay, whatever. Yeah, they may not win the Super Bowl, but like,
they're trying.
There's a few
to
contracts. When you do that, there's a few contracts in there that do hit, like Matt Judon, for example. I had somebody try to tell me today that was actually a bad deal, and I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Right. I mean, it might possibly be one of the only ones.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. You just traded a guy that you're giving like $50 million to because it didn't work out, and you're telling me Matt Judon's a bad deal? Are you nuts? But no, Bears, it's exciting. It's exciting. I'm excited for them. And if it doesn't work out, I mean, hey.
Okay, NFC North.
I know a couple teams that would take Justin Fields if they just wanted to ship him out. Just saying. What else? We got the Bucks. We got Lamar. We got the Pats, Ekeler. That's okay. Let's talk about this one, and then we can be done football-wise. What do you think about Derek Carr and the Saints?
I think they'll win games. I think they'll make the playoffs, and they should. Right now, everything else is.
Yeah,
in their division. Yeah,
they make the playoffs like by default in that division. Yeah, basically, they could win 6 games, and I feel like that they'd be fine. But I am kind of interested because him and Dennis Allen obviously have history. Michael Thomas, like, is he going to be available? Like,
seems excited.
They just restructured his deal too to open up some more money. So they might be able to do a couple more things. I know that they were like 60 million over the cap before all of this started. And I don't even know how much I can imagine there's some more retooling that needs to be done after you give the guy, you give Carr, $100 million. But I think it would be a big disappointment if, and this again, they should do this. It should be much easier than it even sounds, but it's a massive disappointment if they don't win this division.
Well, yeah, huge. It will be embarrassing.
Yeah. Yes, it would be
actually be embarrassing.
Oh, I don't know. I'm happy for him, I guess. Like, all right.
Yeah, I mean, he did what he wanted to do. He got to pick where he wanted to go to. And it's better than going to the Jets. It is.
For him, it is, yeah.
Yeah, you have a chance to win.
Yeah.
With the Jets, I mean, you have a chance to win, but you have a chance to win more.
The other thing, though, like, his first comment where he said, I can't promise you wins, but I can promise you, like, I'm going to try and stuff. If he said that, the New York media would pick him
Call him a loser instantly.
They would be so incredibly mean. And
100%.
It was a little corny. Like, dude, we know that, like, that's the type of person you are, but, like, sometimes you just reel it in. You don't need to say it all the time. We know what you mean. The New York media would have a field day with that. So, like, I am happy for him on a personal level that he doesn't have to deal with that. Like, I don't know how the New Orleans media is, but I know how it is in New York City. I know what WFAN is going to say, and, the newspapers and stuff. Like, it's bad. It's like
It's not
near
good.
almost the same level of toxic as Boston is. So like I get it. So I'm happy for him that he doesn't have to deal with that because that's like mental breakdown territory.
Hey, at least he didn't lie to them. Sometimes lying is good, though. That's a situation where it probably is.
Yeah.
But at least he didn't go out there and say, "Oh, I'm going to win a Super Bowl."
I appreciate the fact that he was genuine. I also would have appreciated the fact if maybe he,
lied.
Just a little one.
Yeah, not to like Tyreek Hill to a level, but
well, there was a kid, the like backup tackle that Pat signed today was like, oh, I'm gonna give my best effort, and like I know that's not gonna be enough, but like I'm gonna go out there and do it. Like if you said something like that, that's great. I have no issue with that. But I can't promise he wins. You can't say that, especially as the quarterback. You can't say that. So, but it's Derek Carr. Like if anybody's gonna say it, I'm not surprised that it's him. Little just cornball of a man that he is.
He is a little corny. The NFL, man, it's been exhausting couple days. NBA has been exhausting as well.
Yeah.
NBA, there's a fight every night. There's a fight
March
every
Madness
single night.
On top of it. Like, did you see the Marcus Smart Trae Young thing the other day?
Yeah.
I have a question.
My two favorites.
Why does it seem like when there is a fight, it's more often than not involving Trae Young? Why does it seem like everybody wants to fight with him?
Or he just likes to talk shit. Probably because he's shorter than everybody else and he gets buckets, and that pisses people off because he talks shit while he does it. Must be an Oklahoma thing. Short, talk shit. He's actually good compared to Kyler and Baker, but it must be an Oklahoma thing.
I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I didn't even, watch that game and stuff. That
was going on. What was the other game? You had what's his name? Michael Porter Jr.
Oh God.
Choking people on the floor. Yeah. That one was crazy. You had Draymond and Dylan Brooks about to make out with each other. Why do they do that? Why did they get so close that their mouths touch when they're talking shit? Just make out already.
Like you're already sweaty and gross and you smell so bad. Like don't get close to me. Their breath probably stinks too. They've been mouth breathing up and down the court the entire time.
Right. The NBA has just been a little too sexual.
And the Michael Porter Jr. thing, like if that's what he's into, that's cool. Like we say, no kink shaming here. If choking is your thing, choking is your thing.
But don't bring it to the court. Maybe. Don't bring it to the basketball court. There's other places.
Maybe
for
leave that one at home.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. Yeah. And then I don't know what the fuck is going on with the Celtics. I genuinely like.
Yeah, it's just not. I mean, the Cavs, they've been okay. They haven't been awful. They've been winning a decent amount of games. Would like to see them win some more. But I'm a little concerned for the Celtics.
Yeah.
I hyped up Jason Tatum.
Me too.
I was hyping him up. And now he's making me look like a clown.
Maybe that's why. Maybe because you said he doesn't get the respect he deserves.
I'll take it back. Jason Tatum, you're really bad at basketball.
Trash.
Worse than the league.
Fix the things. I really don't. It's like since the All-Star break, it's just been going downhill. And I'd rather it happen now than like a month and a half from now, for sure.
But hopefully it gets better by that time.
Yeah, but it's making me a little nervous that there might not be a turnaround between now and then. They just lost their top assistant coach to college. He's now going to be the head coach at Georgia Tech, which like starts immediately, basically. You take a job in the college realm, you're out right away because you got to go through recruiting, building your staff and stuff like that. So he's done. He's gone. Not a member of the Celtics anymore, which could be significant. David Stoudemire, I think, played a pretty sizable role in helping Joe Mazzulla get, his feet on the ground and stabilized in this head coaching role and whatever. And it's just like, of all the times that could have happened, like I wish it was any other time, but right now with the way this team is trending. Like they lost to the Rockets last night. Like,
it was bad. I thought they were gonna do it at the end. I thought they were gonna come back, but like they shouldn't even be in that
exactly. Exactly. You shouldn't even be in that position.
Yeah.
So but I genuinely like I don't have a diagnosis. I have no answers. It just seems like some nights they're on and other nights it takes them 3/4 to get back, like get the energy to where it should be. And like I don't know. I don't know what the problem is. So hopefully they fucking figure it out though, because we're getting a little too close.
A little close.
Little too close to playoffs right now.
Too close. Yeah, the Lakers are starting to heat up a little bit with no LeBron.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I'll color me shocked that I'm saying this, but I'll be honest, I didn't think with LeBron and AD, and I just didn't think that they were going to be able to hold their own and keep afloat. They're doing all right. It's actually pretty fun.
They are.
It actually is pretty fun. And then what? LeBron's going to be back soon, no? Didn't he post?
Yeah, he just posted. Oh my God.
Weird Instagram thing.
He needs his phone taken away. LeBron is my favorite athlete of all time. Always will be, forever, always will be. Least favorite on social media. Like the stuff he posts so corny, but he also is like what, 36? How old's LeBron? I don't know how old LeBron is.
36,
30 something.
37 maybe? I don't know.
He doesn't really get how to use the medias. When he does,
he's like weird really dad energy.
Yeah. I mean, like he is a dad of 3.
Like I see some of the stuff he posts sometimes and I cringe. Like it's my dad that just told like a really bad joke or something. Like, you know, when you're in public and like you see like some of your parents' friends and they like say something that's meant to be funny, but you're like, oh my God. Like that's how I feel about LeBron sometimes when he posts on social media.
But then like you think about it and you're like, yeah, 38. Here we go. See, he's 38, dad of 3. He's been in the league a very long time. He was in the league when they had flip phones. So what do you expect? What can we really expect from this man?
I don't know. But the tweet he posted, I think it was last week, about his dream with Michael Jordan.
Oh my God, put the phone down. Never do it again.
Fucking for real. Man.
Do you think he just knows at this point he should just keep posting outrageous things? Or is he genuinely locked in like that and thinks that is funny?
I think he genuinely thinks like people are going to enjoy this. People are going to think that this is cool or this is funny, so I'm going to post it. Like I don't think he understands how much like the general public clowns him when he does stuff like that.
Oh my God. He posted a photo on a story of a little Frenchie. He was petting this dog. He said, man's best friend. Is that your dog? Like, I've never seen you post a dog before. Where'd you get him?
Just a stranger's dog off the
I'm like,
street. What? There's actually signs all the time up at our hiking trail that people are like missing their French bulldogs and like they're putting rewards out for them. So maybe LeBron is just snatching them up.
You found one. Oh my God. That's funny. Yeah, man. LeBron, man, you're funny. Also, I was at dinner the other night and we went around the table. This was the question they asked. They said, who's your favorite Nepo baby? And my answer was Bronny. That's my favorite Nepo baby.
Oh man. Are we talking like just sports or like
No, they were saying like someone said Meghan Trainor's son. That was funny.
Cute. Mm-hmm. He's very cute. His little glasses.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I need to think about that one. There's a lot. I might have to come back with my answer next week off the top of my head. That's hard. Yeah, that's a good question though.
And they said you can't choose him. I said yes, I can. Like that's like peak Nepo baby. It's like peak NBA Nepo baby. Like he's gonna get drafted.
Oh, Deuce. That's what I'm
that's
saying.
A good one. Yep, that's
Deuce.
Good one.
Yep, he's cute as shit. A little guy. Oh man.
Last NBA topic I have, probably the most chaotic one that we've had in a very long time. Let's talk about the Memphis Grizzlies. Let's talk about the Memphis Grizzlies regarding Ja Morant and everything going on with him.
Everything going on. And let's just kind of take a step back for a second before we get into this and just as a whole remember that these are still real people. These are still
23?
Yeah.
What is he?
Like
23 years old. He's a
very young.
23. And like the decisions that he's making kind of questionable, but
Yeah, but like it's real life stuff. Like this happens to normal people every day. This happens to
Right.
celebrities all the time, and we might not know about it because of the elevated status. So now that this is at a level where it's been seen by pretty much everybody, I think we all just kind of need to remind ourselves, like, it's still a sensitive topic. It's
Mhm.
still something like we need to talk about lightly, I guess
Yeah,
is the
and
best way to
it's
say
like
that.
it's such a good sign to see that he's actually trying to get help. And I don't know what kind of
Yeah,
help he's getting. We don't know what kind of help. We don't know. It could be for just the problematic things that are going on, but it can be deeper issues, you know? We don't
right.
know. We don't know that information. We don't need to know.
No, it's none of our
But
business, of course.
like seeing
But it's
him
good.
go do that is really good. I said that and a lot of people made a lot of comments I just really didn't like. People like he's a millionaire, like it's easier for him. He's forced to do it.
No,
I don't care if he's forced to do it. He's still there. He could have said no.
but also
Why does
like
the money matter?
well, yeah, I mean, yeah, that, of course
He
that,
has
but
more
like
opportunities to get into bad shit with all the money, to be honest.
also just because you're forced to do it doesn't mean you're going to take it seriously. You're going to, look at yourself in the mirror and
Right.
say, okay, maybe I do need to be doing this. Just because you're forced doesn't mean it's going to be beneficial, doesn't mean it's going to help, and then the money aspect of it, that's just, if anything, the money, it puts
Hmm.
you in a more vulnerable position because you're around shit like this more. You're going to be at clubs more often. You're
You
going
have
to be
more access
around.
to anything you want, actually.
Right. Exactly. And then you have people that are going to try to ride your coattails, and like friends come out of the woodwork and say, oh,
Hmm.
money, you have all this money now, let's hang out. And like they may get into some bad shit. So like, yeah, he's got a ton of money to help with this, to help and get, the resources that he needs to deal with whatever he's dealing with. But that doesn't mean that it can't be happening to him. It happens to, everybody. Like I've got people close to me that have needed to go to, counseling and stuff like that for
Right.
various things. Like, shit, I go to therapy. Like, it doesn't matter
It's just they
who you
just
are,
are
where you come
acting
from.
different to it because he has an elevated status that other people don't. And saying, oh, again, not his choice that he's like giving up his season. Okay, people give up their jobs to go there, okay? It's not just him. This is just not a him thing. It
But
happens to
also,
everywhere, people everywhere.
would you and this is the absolute extreme side of this, and I recognize that, but would you rather him forfeit the second half of his season or forfeit his entire career because he keeps on making these mistakes and ruining his future? Like there are
Mm-hmm.
levels that need to be thought about when talking about this, because yeah, like in the moment right now, sure, it may suck that he's not playing, and it may be really frustrating if you're a Grizzlies fan that your best player is going to be out for an indefinite amount of time. But like big picture, half of a season,
Or forever.
his whole life. Like what is more important here? So all we can do is just hope that, this is going to be beneficial for him and he's getting the help he needs, whatever it may be. And he comes back and he is better than ever. So
Mhm. I will say though, the things leading up to this, outrageous.
yeah.
The
Yeah.
strip club photo did make me laugh.
And like strip clubs
Like,
are fine.
yeah,
Strip
do whatever
clubs
you
are
want.
fine.
Shirtless, don't know about the shirtless part.
The shirtless thing,
Don't know about the
yeah.
shirtless thing.
His
But everything
little
else seems normal.
the gun too. That I
Not
mean,
normal. Gun,
not
not normal.
normal.
Strip club,
But like,
no gun, normal. Money
sure, go
everywhere.
ahead.
Way to be a gentleman. Way to pay that woman's rent. And more.
And also, good support. Like you're egging her on, you're cheering for her by also taking his shirt off. That's great. We love that. Just like there are times where it's sometimes like, and this again happens to all of us. There are some nights where we go out, we have a good time, but we get carried away. Whether
Yeah, a
that
little too
is
much
drinking
fun
too much
sometimes. Yeah.
or texting somebody that you shouldn't be
Mhm.
texting, or like the options are like endless for that. This was his moment. This was his moment where things got taken too far, and unfortunately, it was put out there for everyone to see. And as an
By
athlete,
his own.
everybody's gonna see it. Um,
Yeah, without the gun, it
and
looks like a great time, you know?
yeah, sure.
No
Strip clubs
gun
are
would have
great.
been a great night. Just took it a little too far on the Instagram live.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But also, and not just for him, because I truly feel like he's kind of being like piled on right now. Like everybody's like making an example out of him. When, like, he's not the
Well, I
first
mean, he
person
is.
or the
Yeah,
last
but, like,
person
in the
to
moment,
do
he is.
this. Yeah. But like this happened before. This happened before social media and stuff. Like, I'm sure back in the 80s, I mean, Dennis Rodman was a person, like he did some stuff. And maybe the reason why it didn't get the reaction that this is getting is because of the social
Well,
media
because no one
aspect of
saw it. No one
things.
saw him
Right.
flinging a
Because
gun
nobody,
everywhere because he didn't
unless you were
post it.
there, you did not see the crazy antics that Dennis Rodman got into and stuff like
Right.
that. So it should be taken as a little bit of a lesson for everybody else. Like, just
No guns at the strip club? Yeah,
and
why do
if
you need
you have
why do
one,
you need a
like, just
gun at
don't put it on socials.
why do you need it
You
there,
don't
though?
need one, but just don't put it
And
out
it's
there.
kinda crazy that they let him in with that. I get that he's a
Also,
professional
yes,
basketball
okay.
player, but, like, I just don't think you should allow guns around,
I
the women of your establishment who are working. Doesn't seem very
I
safe.
have been to 2 strip clubs in my entire life.
Mhm.
Each one of those, I had to go through a metal detector
Yep,
and I
they
had to have
pat
my
you
bag
down.
searched.
Yeah, they
He
literally
just walks
dig
in
through
there,
men. Like, I've been through strip club lines, and they're literally digging through the pants of men looking for
right,
guns
right. He just walks in with one. How does that happen?
because he left all that money, and
Oh,
he decided to post
crazy,
it. Yeah,
crazy. Well,
yeah, it's pretty crazy. I have one more thing about it.
regardless,
Just one more thing about it.
God,
I thought Des Bryant's tweet. Did you see his tweet? It was so stupid.
no,
He said that it was so disrespectful that the strip club posted that. Which, yeah, sure, there's that part's disrespectful. Whatever. He said all athletes should boycott strip clubs until further notice because that
oh,
we can't
give
have
me
some sort of
a
it. I wonder how
break.
many were out that night just flinging ones everywhere. Probably half the league.
Lou Williams got in trouble and couldn't go back into the bubble because he went home for a family emergency, went to Magic City to get some freaking wings. They
They're
are
not giving
not
it
going to
up.
boycott strip clubs. It's
They're
not going
not
to
giving it up.
happen. Men in general, it's never going to happen, let alone athletes with all this money.
I've seen what those men do there. I've seen it. They're not giving it up.
No.
They're not.
And if you worked at a strip club, owned a strip club, you better hope that they don't, because that is
You want
where
them there?
all of your money comes from.
Mhm.
I
This
can't
dumb
believe, like, the
tweet. It was
reason
a
why
dumb
that
tweet.
popped in my
You
head.
know he's probably at a strip club tomorrow.
My God. Lou Will, what a guy. I saw that tweet saved in my bookmarks. Or no, it was somebody that said, oh, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever, Lou Will did this. And it's just still so crazy to me. He didn't even end, supposedly, I'm sure he ended up, sitting and watching for a little bit. But that's not even the reason why he went to Magic City, to see some boobs. He went there for the wings.
Just wanted the wings.
Crazy. I have heard that they are fantastic.
I know. I want to try.
Like, I don't think all of these athletes and rappers are lying.
Yeah, I want to try them.
They sound pretty bomb. So if for whatever reason we're in Atlanta, we're gonna have to go. We're gonna have to go figure it out for ourselves. But yeah, hope Ja's good. That's it.
Yeah,
that's all really we can do right now. March Madness starts this week, Thursday. I mean, first four on today and tomorrow.
Mhm.
Thursday, the real shindig kicks off.
I couldn't tell you anything about the bracket. Couldn't tell you anything about the teams. Only games I watched this year were Ohio State, and that team is terrible. So that's all I got for you guys.
It's gonna be something. UConn is in the West bracket, which is also known as the bracket of death, which is fun.
Is that because Alabama's in it?
No, Alabama.
Okay, never mind. See, I'm sorry, that was fucked up. Well, I just thought that's what you meant.
Oh my God, Gabb!
I thought that's what you meant. I thought
it's really hard.
I thought that's what you meant. I thought that's what the people were saying. I wouldn't be surprised if people on the internet said that.
No. It's just a really tough bracket. There's a lot of really good teams in
Alabama's really good. Oh my God, I really thought what you were going with.
No, they're not even.
I'm not picking Alabama. I'm terrified of that team.
Shit. Anyway. Anyway,
I really thought that's what you meant.
the division that UConn is in, a lot of good teams.
Who are the good teams then?
A lot of really good teams. Kentucky's in there.
Okay.
Or not Kentucky. Kansas is in there. UCLA.
They're good. I know that.
Who else? They got UConn. UConn's playing Iona, and Iona, everybody kind of was saying was like the worst case scenario draw. So that's good. That's a good start. St. Mary's is in there. I think Gonzaga might be too. So like it's tough. It's pretty tough. But there also have been a couple experts picking UConn to win it all, which is terrifying, as I have become a diehard UConn Huskies fan within the year, because obviously he is crazy about them. So I have adapted, and it's scary going into something like this and having people pick your team, because that's usually a bad omen. So
see, everyone's picking. This is what I do know. Kent State is in it, and everybody's picking them to beat Indiana. Now I'm thinking that's just not going to be the upset. Everybody's saying it.
Yeah. I saw a lot of people taking College of Charleston too, which, I mean, that would be fun. I don't know. I got to go. I should have done it before, these first 4 games started, but I'm going to cheat a little bit and fill out my bracket after this. I haven't filled one out in like a couple years, but I figure I can't bet in California, so I might as well make some fun out of this.
I just don't have a reason, I just don't have any reason to fill one out. Not in any little bracket tournaments.
Yeah.
No one invites me because they know I will not do it, which I respect.
At least that means that they know you. They know your interests.
Oh, man.
Shit. Well, we'll have hopefully news tomorrow. It always happens like this. It's always the day after. Why can't they do it Tuesday afternoon so they give us more to talk about Tuesday nights?
Because he's just not really thinking of us, and he's really inconsiderate.
Oh, pretty rude. Pretty rude. Hopefully, we get some Aaron Rodgers news tomorrow, whether it's good or bad.
Yeah, hopefully we get something.
We will find out. And the league year officially opens tomorrow, so all of these signings that have been agreed to are going to be official. And a lot of players will be cut tomorrow because of the post designations and stuff like that for money purposes. So like tomorrow's going to be, if you thought these past 2 days were crazy, tomorrow is going to be just as, if not crazier. So make sure you have a lot of coffee. Pay attention.
Be ready at 1 p.m. Eastern.
Yep. And don't let fake accounts get you. I've seen a couple people the last 2 days
Wilson
get got. Yep. So just double check the usernames and stuff before you smash retweet or quote tweet or anything like that, because people will clown you for it. I will do it if I see it. So, and yeah, with that being said, boy, we're here. We're here at the crazy part of spring. So everybody just, hold on. It's going to be a bumpy ride for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah. And maybe next time we see you guys, hopefully next time we see you guys, Aaron Rodgers will be on some sort of football team somewhere.
Or maybe he'll be retired. Who knows?
Maybe he won't. We'll have to see.
Who knows? We'll see. Enjoy the rest of your week. Good luck to your teams, your brackets, your bets, and we will see you on Tuesday.